New kings and kingdoms. The early medieval period from 8th century to 12th century AD was the period of the emergence of new dynasties in different parts of the subcontinent of India. All these dynasties had a desire to build empires. Therefore, they continually fought with each other to gain control of more land and increase their wealth. In the course of time, a number of Rajput kingdoms emerged during this period. The word Rajput is derived from Sanskrit Rajputra, son of a king. They believed themselves to be the descendants of the sun god Suryavansh, the moon god Chandravansh, and ancient kings. Among all the Rajput kingdoms, the Chahamanas or the Chauhans were the most prominent. Rise of new kingdoms. The land grants grew in number in the 7th century and became widespread throughout the country. There was emergence of big landlords in different regions with various high-sounding titles such as Samanta, Mahasamanta or Rana. As Samantas gained power and wealth, they asserted their independence from their overlords. One such historical instance is the emergence of the Rashtrakutas in the Deccan. In their primary stage, they were the subordinates of the Chalukyas of Karnataka. In the mid-8th century, Danti Durga, the founder of this kingdom, overthrew the Chalukyan king Kirtvarman and took over the reins of the kingdom. He performed a ritual called Hiranyagarbha. When this ritual was performed with the help of the Brahmins, it was thought to lead to the rebirth of the sacrificer as a Kshatriya, even if he was not one by birth. The territory of the Rashtrakutas reached its height under their able ruler Amogvarsha. Similarly, the Gurjar Pratihars were local officials who gradually carved out a kingdom in western India, Gujarat and Rajasthan. The Pratihars came into prominence when their king Nagbhatta I, 730 to 756 AD, defended western India from the Arab invaders from Sindh to Rajasthan. He was known for his repeated resistance to Arab invasion. Mihir Bhoja was the greatest ruler of this dynasty. He rebuilt the empire and again conquered Kannauj, which remained the Pratihars' capital for nearly a century. His empire extended from Kathiawar to Bihar. He took the title of Adivaraha, which had been inscribed on his coins. He left a powerful kingdom comprising Malwa and parts of Rajputana and Gujarat to his successors. Another important kingdom of that period was the Palas. The Pala dynasty was founded by Gopala with his capital at Patliputra. He dominated eastern and northern India till the middle of the 9th century. The greatest king of the Pala dynasty was Gopala's son Dharampala. Some Tibetan accounts tell us that the Palas were patrons of Buddhism. Dharampala founded the famous Vikramshila University in Bihar. The Palas also had trade links with Southeast Asia. Devpala was the last powerful ruler of the Pala dynasty. During their reign, their kingdom extended till Prayag Jyotishpur, present-day Assam, parts of Odisha, and parts of modern Nepal. But after his death, the Pala dynasty began to decline. Tripartite struggle. All the ruling dynasties of the early medieval period had their own areas of influence, but they often tried to control other areas for more wealth. Kannauj was an important region as it was strategically located on the banks of the river Ganga in Uttar Pradesh. The kingdoms of the Palas, the Pratihars, and the Rashtrakutas fought with each other for Kannauj. This struggle for Kannauj was termed as the tripartite struggle, as three kingdoms were involved and fought for more than 200 years, from 780 to 910 AD. Why was there such kind of warfare and fight among kingdoms? All the kingdoms of that time wanted to demonstrate their power and wealth beyond their own territories and for increasing their treasury, they often chose to target temples, which were sometimes extremely rich when they attacked one another's kingdoms. Historically, one of the most prominent rulers who invaded the Indian subcontinent was a Turk Sultan, Mahmud Ghazni of Afghanistan. He ruled from 997 to 1030 AD. He invaded India 17 times between 1000 to 1026 AD. His targets were wealthy temples, including that of Somnath Temple in Gujarat. Al-Biruni, who was the court historian of Mahmud of Ghazni, was also with Mahmud during his invasions. Al-Biruni wrote an account of the subcontinent in a treatise named Kitab al-Hind. He consulted Sanskrit scholars to prepare this account. Another important kingdom which indulged in the warfare during this period for enhancing its influence was that of the Chahamanas, later known as the Chauhans, who ruled over the region around Delhi and Ajmer. The best-known Chahamana ruler was Prithviraj Chauhan, 1168 to 1192 AD. His great military achievements have been described in Prithviraj Raso, which was written by his court poet Chand Bardai. He bravely resisted the attacks of Muhammad Ghori. In the first battle of Tarain in 1191 AD, he defeated Ghori, but was defeated in the second battle of Tarain in 1192 AD. Prithviraj was executed by Muhammad Ghori, and this ended the Chauhan dynasty.